Hey friends, how you all doing? I'm back. And you know what? I've decided to make a few videos. Probably I'll do this one time every week. That is, I'll be talking about the myths of motorbiking. And there are many myths that I've been reading on Facebook and everywhere. So I thought I'll start a series of videos where I'll be talking about the most common misconceptions. So today I'll be talking about misconceptions about aftermarket exhaust and free flow air filters like K&N and etc. Well, please excuse my motorbike. She's a little dirty right now. I'm going to clean her up after this video. So now, how often have we heard that when people say, I just bought an aftermarket exhaust for my motorbike. It could be anything. It could be Two Brothers, Akrapovic, or anything. And it's a slip-on exhaust. And I'm going to put it onto my motorbike. And I have been told that I'm going to get about 10% or 15% more power out of a stock setup. No, that is a very big myth. And many people believe it. You do not get any additional power out of your motorbike if you just buy an aftermarket slip-on exhaust and put it onto your motorbike. Yes, what happens is you do get good sound, your motorbike sounds louder, and you feel like you're going faster. But as a matter of fact, if you put your motorbike onto a dyno and test it, there would be no increase in the power. Number two, filters like K&N and other brands, they promise you that buy their product, put it onto your motorbike, replace it with the stock air filter, and boom, you get 10% more power or something like that. Again, it's a very big myth. You do not get any additional power by just replacing your stock air filter with K&N or any other filter. Yes, K&N filters are very good. They last for a very long time. They are washable and very good products. However, they are designed to work with a setup. I'll let you know what that setup is. And if you just put on a K&N onto your stock motorbike, you're not going to get any benefit out of it. As a matter of fact, if you think about it seriously, it is not good for your motorbike. The reason being that the manufacturer of any motorcycle calculates an air-fuel mixture. It's a pre-setup that comes from the factory, and based upon that, they make the air filter. And the air filter, a stock air filter, is designed to let in only so much amount of air, the flow of air. And if you put a free flow air filter, then you're letting in too much air. And when you let in too much air for the same amount of fuel that is going in, then it is known as a lean mixture. And lean mixture is not good for your motorbike. You're not gaining any power. Sometimes you might even lose power. All right, so now, what do you have to do? Can you really get additional power out of your motorbike just by changing the air filter and the exhaust? Well, no. However, there is a setup that you have to create. That is, yes, buy something like a K&N filter, free flow intake, and buy something known as piggyback ECU like a power commander, or what we have in India known as the Powertronics. So, and also buy a free flow exhaust. Now, free flow doesn't mean just a slip-on, because just a slip-on exhaust is only the end can, this one, all right, only the end can. However, there would still be a catalytic converter somewhere here on motorbikes. On my motorbike, the catalytic converter has been removed. Well, it's not something to be proud of because we are damaging the environment. However, if you are into racing, yes, what you can do is you need to buy a full system exhaust. A full system exhaust is something where it's not just an end can here. You get the exhaust right from the header pipes. The header pipes are bigger than the stock header pipes, the diameter. And there is no catalytic converter, and they are straight out. They let the gases straight out. That is a full system exhaust. So you need to buy a K&N filter, free flow. You need to buy a power commander and a full system exhaust. Now, what does a power commander do? A piggyback ECU. Now when you're sending in more air than the stock air filter, you need to even send in more fuel. And a stock ECU would not do that. It will only send in the preset amount of fuel which the manufacturer has already set. So on a power commander, you can load your own maps. Maps are like basically a power commander, a piggyback ECU connects to your stock ECU and it tells your stock ECU what to do. Now if you want a race setup, you can do that. I mean, I can go into the details of how to do it. However, just understand that a power commander or a piggyback ECU corrects the air fuel mixture and it gives you the real benefit of putting on a KNN. And now you are sending in more fuel and you're also sending in more air. Yes, you would get a slightly bigger bang. That is, on the combustion stroke, the torque created would be slightly higher. And along with that, there would also be more gases created. Now, how would these gases exit if you have a stock exhaust? They cannot. Then they would come back into the combustion chamber and it's loss of power. So that is when you need a full system free flow exhaust. A full system exhaust, as I mentioned, has bigger header pipes and nothing restricting it, no catalytic converter. So the gases produced now in the power stroke just go out of the exhaust and here you go. You can gain about, I think, 5 to 10% or sometimes even more depending upon your motorbike. Now you would ask me, why don't manufacturers do this? Why can't they just give a full system exhaust and KNN kind of filters? Well, they don't do it because the emission norms these days are very strict and manufacturers have to go by the law of the emissions. So they need to have a catalytic converter. You can read about what a catalytic converter does. It reduces emissions and any stock motorbike will have about 10% of power which can still be unleashed just by doing all this. And well, you can write to me, friends, and let me know if you need specific information about any of the filters or exhausts or power commanders or anything. And I'll be doing this next week. I'll do a video on something else. So I wish to clear all the myths. I mean, as much as I know, I wish to talk about all the misconceptions of motorbiking. All right. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye to them. Say bye to them. Say bye to them.